a great vile force of darkness. So I have turned the numbers up for them a little bit. Well, no trolls, but that is a lot of big dogs. YouTube has also given me different ad settings, which allows me to have a better idea of when ads are coming. So I'm not even gonna look at what they want. Okay, dwarves are starting to fire bolts. The first goblin has already dropped his... Kavish, the bone doctor was found dead? Excuse me? What? Oh. Rip Kavish. That's a shame. Dwarves are firing bolts at the first goblin, Uspu, Weevil Stolen, who actually has a family and worships a elven force, which I always think is very interesting. Member of the Bronze Scorpion. Very elven goblin civ, this one. Has already caught several bolts, probably. I mean, you're crying. Says, I've been injured badly after losing hold of their crossbow due to a silver bolt hitting them in the upper arm, which tore the muscle through their leather armor. Says, I've been injured badly. Dwarves continue to fill them up with holes. We've also got Nagum, the beak dog, in a similar state of affairs. Very unfortunate, truly. Nagum here has been hit by 4 silver bolts, which is enough to make them get them 3 of them lodged firmly in the wound, which has torn its kidney, ripped its muscle, and its stomach, and its liver. The wall of goblins is going to be much harder to actually do damage to with the crossbows relatively soon here, as the arrows continue to loose. Some of the goblins are going to meet our weapon traps, and one of my dwarves goes, "Oh God, actually no, I do not want to go that way. What the? I haven't turned on the burrow yet." Human error, 100%. So let's hope they turn around. Yeah, there they go. I literally just hadn't turned the stockpile on, the burrow on yet. So 1000% my own fault. Anyway, let's go back to the fight then, shall we? We've still got this first goblin. This goblin is, I think, almost completely unarmed. They just have one weapon. Yeah, our dwarves are running and grabbing more ammunition, of which I do have quite a bit, but I'm going to need to make way more, I think. Bits and pieces are flying. Dragons are ready and waiting. Run away, Dwarf. It's actually my animal trainer. One of the first of my war cave dragons is up and fighting with the goblins. I'm really tempted to send the soldiers in, but I kind of want to wait a little bit longer because I don't want the soldiers having a chance of falling into the water like all of these goblins just did. Dwarves are fighting with the first of the war dragons, and the war dragon falls. Rest in peace to the stray war cave dragon corpse. That actually may have been one of the young ones. Rest in peace, you dragon. Dwarves are continuing to fire bolts. The blood is starting to get kind of intense because of all of the traps, combined with my Marks dwarves firing bolts at the very soft, fleshy targets of the beak dogs, combined with the weak targets of the goblins. Many of the goblins that are lagging behind is because they've been hit many, many, many times with many, many, many bolts, which is making them drop their weapons because they lose hold due to losing the ability to grip quite quickly. Many others are also dodging the traps here, as well as dodging the bolts and falling into the water. We are getting very close to in-person warfare. Uh-oh. Silencer, I mean... Oh, you are in a squad. That's supposed to be stationed here. I mean, can't fix stupid, so... Oh, okay, I guess we're going in. I guess that's the cue. The dwarves are coming flying around the corner because somebody decided to Leroy Jenkins it. We did lose 2 dwarves almost immediately in the fighting, which you know, is what it is. I like how some of my... this is honestly likely my fault. I don't have enough armor for these dwarves. They are powering through the first line of goblins pretty efficiently from the looks of things. We've already got 3 martial trances. One of them was actually Silencer. Is Silencer still alive, or did Silencer fall? Silencer fell, Dago fell, and Stukos have fallen, which is very disappointing. My copper weapons are not the most efficient, unfortunately, but hopefully this fight will allow us to obtain some better weaponry to properly fight the next siege. Okay, so we've lost a couple already, but we're doing all right. Dwarves combined with the cave dragons moving forward. Need to assign more of the cave dragons to the dwarves, I think. So the nice thing about beak dogs is they get spooked easily. When they get spooked, they more or less just run away. I think that might be us about to get the win. I really want your whip there, dwarf, or goblin, rather. Abil here is in a martial trance, scratching the goblin lasher in the ear, and the severed part sails off in an arc. The spear dwarf stabs the goblin lasher with a copper spear, but the attack was deflected by the iron breastplate. I am looking forward to when we can use these iron breastplates. Spear dwarf stabs the goblin lasher in the first toe with a steel spear, but the attack is deflected by a goblin lasher's high boot. On dwarves, keep moving through. Cave dragon is currently clawing the beak dog in the head, tearing the muscle and bruising the skull. Artery has been opened by the attack, and the force twists the neck, tearing apart the fat and bruising the upper spine's nervous tissue. A tendon in the upper spine has been bruised. The war cave dragon grabs the beak dog with her right wing. The war cave dragon places a chokehold on the beak dog's throat. The war dragon's right wing. I would imagine that means, like, instead of like grabbing him like a hand, it's probably like holding it down, right? Crushing it kind of deal. It's hard for me to imagine them doing anything else. We do have several other dwarves who have yet to make it into the fray. The goblins are falling at a relatively consistent rate. Bits and pieces are flying everywhere. Goblin siege hasn't broken yet, but I am seeing many, many, many goblin casualties. And we've only had the initial 4. Never mind, that's a 5th. Clairvor, the spear dwarf, has fallen. Was bleeding at the back. We do have many injured dwarves just at a glance. Our main problem here is that my dwarves are getting overexerted. However, we've broken the line of the beak dogs, and the dwarves are moving forward. I'm going to actually turn off the burrow. And the reason for that is I want them to start rescuing dwarves like this one, who I'm very worried about right now. Cannot breathe. I think that Mighty Rhett might be dead. Rest in peace, Mighty Rhett, if you do not survive this. Her spine is mangled beyond. This dwarf's going to need to leave the military regardless, so I'm going to pull them out of the squad. In this fight alone, though, they were able to get 3 kills. 3 confirmed kills. And plus, likely 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more. So, Mighty Rhett, you've done well, regardless of if you don't make it. I'm not holding out hope. Are any of my dwarves in there? Uh-oh. Or is it literally just goblins? Just goblins, all right. A lot of goblins in the water, which is very funny. Dwarves continuing to push forward. The siege is broken. Well done, dwarves. Mighty Rhett and Clairvor have been found dead. Rest in peace, Mighty Rhett. You were a good dwarf. Apparently Fried Onions has managed to, like, surpass everybody. I'm not sure where Fried Onions was. It was currently overexerted and bleeding. I'm going to move all of the squads up to where Fried Onions is, because Fried Onions is dueling with Burr. Sacred Burial scratches the goblin in the lower hip, tearing the muscle, which twists the head. Oh, a lower lip, not hip, which twists the head. The Sacred Burial grabs the goblin by the left ear. Stormageddon, thanks for the 2nd month. Welcome back. The Sacred Burial scratches the goblin beast hunter in the 3rd finger with his left hand. And the attack is deflected by the goblin beast hunter's left gauntlet. Beast hunter is also a good job to see them having. It means that they're going down into the caverns and taming stuff. Also, this is a legendary figure, considering they're friends with a goblin criminal who we killed in a previous siege, probably, I think. Let's double check that. Nope, we killed them here. Come on, dwarves, move up. Here comes back up. Dwarves pile on top. Fried Onions might make it. Is it unconscious? Can you breathe, though? Nodokasa has bestowed the name Matsolvat, Bambul Shogun, upon a copper shield. And a child was outside? I don't know how you got out there, but okay. So the body parts shouldn't be forbidden.